go, you know what, I'm going to only allow 10 of these for 10 million credits, right? Hopefully they sell them, but if they're wanted enough, then these things are going to be these hot commodities that people can get.
Right.
So, but if they want to go to the auction house, sell it as an entire package, they also have that option.
Cool.
Yep.
So let's talk a little about the driving
Sure.
of Forza 3. Once you do all this stuff, you can still get in a car and go.
Absolutely. So it's going to try to upgrade my car, but I don't think Jay has enough money. So what I can do is I'll change my car, and I will get, let's see, it's going to nice. Oh, is it B?
Yeah.
This one? All right, the S4. All right. So we've added full cockpits to all 400 of our cars. We've added rollover damage, which is something that you won't see in any other production car game.
Yeah.
And especially with our multiplayer stuff, some of the moments you get are crazy when you get a ton of cars. We've added SUVs as a car type in our game. Oh yeah, right. So Jay's actually taken his Land Rover and pimped it out. It's pretty funny.
Can I put neons on it and
you can
spinner rims?
You can put chrome rims on, like the deep dish. You can change your tire treads out. I know, I'm good. Are you saying I can't drive the top? I'm not you, Jay. Right. I don't know. You probably tuned it, so. So this is one of the B-class events. This is one of our new tracks. Of course you have manual. Whatever. One of our newer features is our auto braking system. So essentially, if you remember where our line was in Forza 2, our driving assist line, it told you when you needed to brake. What the auto brake system does is that kind of does the braking for you in those moments. So when it goes red, like right up here, the auto brake will take over and it'll brake for you. And the cool thing about that was we really wanted people that aren't really good drivers to be able to play our game, to be able to succeed. So we wanted to create this one-button, one-touch driving. The other thing I'm showing you right here is our new rewind system.
Yeah.
So what we've done is anytime you get in a wreck, you want to be able to redo a turn, or you see a really cool crash, it's like, oh, let's do that again. You just hit the back button and you can rewind. And you can rewind as much as you want. We don't limit it. We don't take money from your career.
Okay. Is that like on all difficulties? Is there eventually like a high-end difficulty where you can't?
Okay. Exactly. Again, we when we went through and we were building it, we looked at ways to restrict it, but as we played the game, it just felt like a natural fit. It just kind of the next evolution of what racing games can do. You know,
you do that 25-lap race, and on lap 24, you somehow mess up and end up in last. And,
5 years ago, there was never a restart race, right? And you know, restart race is now the norm, right? But that was the thing in Forza 2 with our big endurance races. You would go 15 laps in and mess up the last turn. You have to do the whole thing over again.
Yeah.
So with the rewind, it's great. It just allows you to say, all right, you know what? I want to be able to redo this again. So again, we do full damage modeling.
How extreme does the damage get? Are parts falling off the cars, windows breaking out?
Yep, you can shatter if I can catch up with these guys. Actually, you know what? I can do it to my own car. Get out of second gear. Manual. So there we go. So then again, I can go through and go, oh, you know, I didn't really mean to do that. Let me just.
Now, what if you didn't rewind there? Would your race be over?
Nope.
Oh, well, you can still reset your car and get back on.
The car and get it back over.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seems like that would be a very lengthy discussion with a lot of car manufacturers to allow that stuff.
We've come 3 games far to allow this to come this far. So yes, you know, it's baby steps each way. You know, they used to not allow, you know, paint being scraped on stuff, you know, let alone hoods falling off, glass breaking, you know. So
cool.
Yes, several discussions on that.
So it's funny, like I was basically at a point where I was unable to play any kind of simulation-styled driving game. You know, like Ridge Racer, no problem. Burnout, no problem. All that stuff. But you put me behind anything that's trying to actually simulate driving, I couldn't do it. And except for Forza 2. And I think it was because of the driving line.
You should really try. I mean, with the auto brake, you know, people, their immediate feeling is to say, oh, it's cheap, or it's going to make me slower. It doesn't make you slower, because as a driver, you have to brake anyway. It just does it for you, right? So what it does is it just makes
that
you
was
more
actually
consistent.
the biggest learning curve thing of
Right.
like, I can't just slam through every turn.
Exactly.
I need to actually slow down.
Exactly. So it doesn't take braking away from you. You can still brake. It's just going to apply the brakes in these areas where it's required. So again, it helps makes drivers way more consistent. So
And it seems like it's something that helps the game kind of reach more people.
Absolutely. When we built the system, we tested it with, we called our 6 and 60-year-olds. So we brought in people that have, you know, never played. They know what cars are. You know, we brought older guys. Sure. They love, you know, they love classic muscle cars. But they would never, you know, picking up the controller is really intimidating to them. And by turning on the auto brake with the line and all the assists on, they were able to succeed. They weren't driving off. They weren't in last place driving the wrong direction. And same thing with 6-year-olds, you know.
And they still were having some
fun.
like fun,
Exactly.
right? So,
exactly.
Yeah. Cool.
So that tied with our new career system, we're throwing money at you, we're throwing cars at you, you know, and we're not dumbing down the game, we're just applying these assists on top of the game. So the guys that do love the simulation, it's still there.
Yeah, they can shut all that stuff off.
Absolutely. And with our career mode, by turning that stuff off, we're going to pay you more, right?
Right. How about the online? Is the online, can you basically like restrict it to, you know, I only want to play with people that have the assists turned off and that sort of stuff?
So what we've done from Forza 2 to Forza 3 is we've built a server. We have our own dedicated servers now. So we've kind of caught up to where modern day first-person shooters are, where we've got server-driven games and server-driven maps, right? So when I go to multiplayer, I'm immediately in a party lobby. I can invite my party in. Hey guys, what do you want to do tonight? Should we go race the world, or should we go out and do our own private race, right? So when we go find a race, it's like, okay, great. We can go into circuit, oval, you know, drag racing, drift racing, and me as a party, we can go through and choose one of these server-driven games. Choose what class we want to do. Boom, we're inside a lobby. And again, just like most modern-day shooters, it's server-driven. So it's waiting for other players to join, then it's on a timer. Right. We can vote to skip the track. We can vote, you know, if someone's bothering us, we can vote to boot them out. So it's way less restricted than in Forza 2, where there was a host, and he would boot you out because he didn't like you, or you weren't playing with the car that he wanted you to, right? But our private race system, we actually do have, it's essentially Forza 2. So I can go through and I can do overrides on everything. I can force off upgrades. I can force your car to be stock.
Force a specific camera view and that sort of stuff.
A specific car year. I can even now go through and I can just mess with your front grip handicap or your power handicap.
Yeah.
Right? So besides the restrictions, we've added these game rules. So we can have two groups of people playing in the same map, but we're in totally different classes. We have different roll-off times, so they start before us, right?
Okay, so
they're scored independently, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So 4 of us are in a D class, a slower race, while the other guys are in an R1 race class, and we're just putting along, all of a sudden, all these cars go by, right?
Right, yeah.
And they're scored next to each other, and we're scored next to each other, right?
That's
but
cool.
we're all playing in the same match, so.
How many players can get into one match?
So we have 8 players online.
Cool.
And the cool thing about this system is you can save out all these different rule types, and we're going to be monitoring the community to find out what exciting things that they build, and hopefully we're going to be able to integrate those into those public server hopper systems.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a lot.
It is a lot.
It's like, it seems like it's definitely going to be worth the wait for people that are waiting for the game. Now, when is the game out?
We are currently in the U.S. October 27th, I believe.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much for your time. I'm looking forward to playing it.
Awesome. Thank you.